Hey there, it's Brittany from TikTok Sales and it's 9:40. Quick recap of what we've covered so far. At the start of the day, you were set up to have a winning mindset. You are now super confident in yourself and your product when it comes to selling. You are giving more emphasis to time management, and you know how important that is to both your personal and professional success. And of course, daily habits are now your new best friend. Okay, so now we're heading into the technology side of things, and this is going to change your life. So I'm going to use an example to get us started with this topic. Okay, so suppose you're out at a networking event. Maybe you're working the room like a pro, maybe you're not. Either way, you are bound to have conversations and connect with potential customers. Now, it's here that you're learning a little bit more about who they are and what they do for their business. And the aim of the game is to see if you are a good fit for each other. More than likely, you're going to exchange contact details by swapping business cards, adding each other on social media, or even jotting down their email addresses on a piece of scrap paper. And then perhaps you promise to give them something. Maybe you're going to give them a call or you'll send something through. What happens next? Typically, nothing. Now, networking attendees, they are divided up into two distinct groups, those who follow up and those who don't. So more than likely, every person who goes along to those events, it's their best intention to reconnect with those new people that they met, those new contacts. But of course, time and business and life, it all gets in the way, and those business cards that you collected end up stored in the back of the desk drawer, never to see the light of day again. So first things first, don't make the mistake of believing that you're going to remember to follow up all by yourself. Because aside from downright forgetting, there is a compelling reason why those follow-ups don't happen. And that reason is this. Business leaders do not have a centralized place where they keep customer information. What they do have is a shambles, a disarray of information stored all over the place. Numbers in phones, random email addresses, business cards, and half-completed Excel spreadsheets that's masquerading as one big contact list. If this sounds like you, I'm not here to judge whatever situation you've got going on. But what I am here to say is that whilst this scrambled note-taking might work at the beginning as your business is growing, you're going to need a better system. So don't feel bad. Most businesses that I encounter have a similar story, which is why I'm here today. I am sharing tips for you to become more efficient when it comes to your sales processes. Okay, so here's where we're going to talk about the CRM. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Manager. So as you can imagine by its very name, it is a system for managing your relationships with your customers. It allows you to gain insight into the state of your business and the status of every customer. Okay, let me explain. The most common use of a CRM is to store customer contact information. It's the one spot where you're going to find everything from names, phone numbers, email addresses, postal addresses, and so forth. But what makes a CRM great is that you can also make notes about your interactions that you've had with these customers. And you can also set task reminders. So let's use the story of Mary. Mary wants to buy a new house and you're the person who's going to help sell it to her. Okay, so your first notes could say something along the lines of, call with Mary today. She was referred by Bob Jones. Mary is looking to sell her apartment in St Kilda. It has 2 bedrooms, water views, and a gym. Okay, and as this relationship progresses, you're going to keep adding more notes to Mary's file. Emailed Mary to arrange an open home dates. Then you might add, called Mary to present an offer on the house, she accepted. And then finally, you're going to write down paperwork sent, settlement is Saturday, 12th of July, and so forth. Now, look, that is a very shortened version of events when it comes to selling and buying houses, but I'm sure you get the point. Along the way, what you can also do though, is set task reminders, such as call Mary, such as email contract to Mary, or to handover gift for the new person moving in. Okay, so this way you're not relying on your memory to get those things done. If you make a promise to a customer, your CRM is going to remind you to do it. They are not going to get lost amongst the mix of all your other customers that you've got. Okay, so the good news is you can also set your CRM to automate some of these tasks. So that way you remove the manual labor component. For example, when you enter a new customer in, you can automatically add a task that you have to send them an email within 24 hours, as an example. Okay. Another amazing thing you can do with a CRM is that you can categorize your customers into what stage of the buying process they're at. For example, initial inquiry, sent proposal, and accepted proposal won the deal, for example. So these distinctions are going to help you understand which customers need your immediate attention and which ones are just going through that nurturing process. And by breaking your customers down into these categories, you will be able to identify more sales opportunities and set up more targeted marketing campaigns towards the right people. Of course, this is going to help with your cash flow projections as well. You can more easily work out the expected money coming into your business because you can assign a dollar value to each customer based on what purchase you believe they are likely to move forward with. Finally, reporting. A CRM can produce reports on everything from where most of your customers hear about you, how many sales you make per month, and the percentage of inquiries that actually result and move forward all the way into a sale. This information is critical to understanding your sales process, what's working and what's not. So these are just some examples of what a CRM is capable of. Now, when it comes to finding the right one, look, there's no one size fits all answer. They all differ in cost and functionality. So it's up to you to decide what purpose you're going to, trying to achieve with a CRM and how comprehensive you intend to be. Look, it really comes down to your personal preference and which one fits better with your own workflow. Test a few out, see which one works best for you. Now, I know that not all of you listening are going to be super tech savvy. For this reason, I've put together a paper version of the CRM system. This is exactly what I used at the start of my career, which skyrocketed me to sales success. 1, get a binder folder, a ring binder. Number 2, buy a set of tabs, those insert tabs for January all the way through to December. 3, print several copies of your customer details form. It lists the name, phone number, email, and addresses, so forth. 4, each time you speak to a customer, use this form to make notes about those conversations and make sure you put a date next to your notes. Number 5, at the start of each month, you're going to have a pile of forms for those customers that you need to contact within the next 30 days. So 6, work your way through these forms. Keep them in the current month if you're still actively dealing with them. And if they're not ready yet, move them or move that sheet of paper out of your current month and put it under the month that you intend to contact them next. And finally, each day, pull out those relevant forms, make the calls, send the email, whatever it is that you need to do to contact that customer. The reality is, simple or complex, there is no doubt that you need to have a CRM sooner rather than later. It is going to streamline your sales process and increase your conversion rates. And it's better to get it set up and running efficiently now rather than waiting and becoming too busy to do it later.